of that though. Now we have desert. So last time, previously on Deserts and Dragons, you solved every single problem in Bhaskar, the Dusty Spiral.
It's all solved.
Everyone is happy.
Every single one.
Everyone is happy, and recounted your adventure and findings to Alzira Orion, the dragon marked Scion of Passage. After recovering over a night's sleep, you purchased provisions for the next leg of your journey and collected Korrikan, your Aldani courier. After declining to purchase a set of sunglasses to protect your eyes, but heeding the warning of being careful to not let too much sun destroy your eyesight after spending so many days in Bhaskar, you headed east through a section of Badlands. Dusty orange rocks, making traveling difficult as your raptors had to pick their way through. Zoaz, having traveled along the sun's path many a time and being the best guide in Tenuto, was able to see you all through without any greater trouble. However, you did encounter a hastily constructed gate of sorts, manned by goblins and hobgoblins, demanding a toll to move through their large portcullis. You simply went around, since the construction was not actually impeding your progress. Xalia magicked an illusion of their gate being on fire, which sent them into a panic while you made your getaway. Which brings us...
With delicious donuts in tow.
Oh yes, with delicious donuts in tow. Indeed. Which brings us to our intrepid group. Zoaz, Xalia, Twig, Pastiche, Chuman, Makayla, and Korrikan, each on a raptor trained to bear you across your expedition. The sun gleams off of your raptor's scales, the saddlebags jostling to and fro with each step, shambling through the sand, and the sun bearing down on you. The only shade offered is from large rock formations jutting out of the landscape. It is about midday with the sun directly above you, and your beasts of burden are... your beasts of burden, perhaps yourselves, are starting to succumb to the monotony of travel and thirst of being in the desert. Trekking across the sand is not an easy task, and your mounts are shouldering most of the ordeal. In the distance, you can see the smoke rising from a structure. With each raptor step, more of the structure comes into view. It is overall a rectangular and crimson-colored monument, and it cuts a striking figure against the blue of the horizon, with smoke lazily rising from it. Zoaz, now that you see this building, you have the opportunity to avail your party of its significance in your own words.
Have we come to a stop, or are we still traveling?
You're still traveling. You can stop them if you want. You're the leader.
Well, it's midday, so the heat of the desert is pretty... It's bearing down on us, and it would be healthy to give our mounts a break, so I think Zoaz would, in the interest of safety and health, slow down and perhaps in this cliff face try to find some shade.
Okay.
And take a travel break.
Alright.
And Zoaz will say as much to the group.
Find a nice little outcropping there, and it offers some shade from the bearing down sun. Yes. Zoaz guides you all into a brief respite. Respite. Respite.
Yes.
Rest.
It would be healthy to provide our steeds a chance to rest and cool off as much as one can in the deserts of Khorzaire. I suppose you all have seen the smoke rising in the distance.
Makayla nods.
If you were not aware, it's one of many signal towers found across Khorzaire. If you have traveled, yeah, I suppose you would have seen them before, but they help show that we are on the correct path. Would Zoaz know what the it was black smoke rising from it, right?
Yes.
Would Zoaz know what that message means?
Yeah.
In that case...
It's even included in the notes.
Was it?
Yep. If it's not, then oops.
I don't believe it was. Oh, yes. My bad. A black smoke signal signifies that nothing of import has happened. It just shows that the tower is at the ready, so it is a good sign. No news is good news, as it were.
Xalia's gonna snap her fingers and make like a bright blue smoke pillar, like just a minor illusion, very small one in her hand, and tilt her head at Zoaz.
Zoaz nods and will mention, exactly like that. Colored smoke, they can quickly and clearly send a message to other signal towers. Soon enough, the message spreads all across Khorzaire.
What is this?
That is Korokon,
Oh, right.
our friend, the crab.
Right.
A good friend.
You stroll up to the crab person. Like, he's got this kind of like box under his arm. He's just carrying just like a parcel. And you just kind of like move your face close up to him and examine him. This is
That's not out of character.
Uh,
She'd probably copy it after a few seconds, honestly.
This is he's an Aldani, a crab folk. He's got like these mandibles that are just kind of like looking around and waving around, just grabbing the moisture there and just kind of like rubbing it over his face to keep moist. And then he's just like got these little pincers, just psh, 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 psh. Eventually, Xalia too becomes a crab person.
Whoa.
Whoa, indeed.
Though she was gonna run through a lot of colors, try to get Zoaz to tell him tell her what they mean.
Zoaz sort of raises an eyebrow at the rapidly shifting colors of the smoke and says, I apologize, you do not know off the top of my head everything about these towers, but you can assume that red smoke would perhaps be a signal of danger, and if black smoke is a signal of all clear, then white smoke might be a warning, potentially, or of news of import to be spread.
Listen and nod after a few seconds.
As well, it's a good sign that we are coming up on the Firefinger, or we're closing in on the town of Aurora, which would perhaps be a good place to stop and take a longer break.
While this is happening, Makayla would have sort of milled earth with like rock wall and kind of like made a little bit of like an awning, I guess, with it, and then like sat under it and taken the chance to finally look at what pages were translated and like the notes from the tome, the cursed tome.
Sure. While you're relaxing a little, trying to rest. Give me an intelligence saving throw.
Alright.
Okay. So yeah. So yeah.
an 8?
I guess I'll get a load of this. So Makayla, what happens is you die.
Oh, Makayla, no! Armor shielding. No, armor shielding. I'd take 1d4 less death from psychic damage.
Alright, just kidding. So you open the book, it is like it kind of like cracks open. with the age of the pages obviously in full effect. Like maybe there's some dust that like floats up as you open it. There is some goblin scrawl. It's jagged and nearly sideways. That makes it hard to read. There is a let's see. Like you open the first page, so like there's a foreword is what I'm trying to say. And then just it says just on an empty page it says translator's note. There's residual magic here that seems to be used as a signature. The person calls themselves Delacroix, and the word used for their occupation is librarian, but I'm not sure if that's the intent. Then on the second, like you just kind of like, huh, at that, and then turn the page. You immediately wash your hands, turn the page, wash your hands, turn the page, wash your hands. Then there is a large picture of a dark, tall figure atop a balcony with a long cape wearing horned armor. The pauldrons are immense and their hands are on their hips. The caption reads, "The ruler feasts their eyes." And
you can tell they're incredibly powerful from the size of their pauldrons.
You muse to yourself, indeed.
As a transfer student, and she's got even bigger pauldrons.
Beneath this, in this kind of like sideways goblin writing, is translator's note. Referencing too many documents on hand, this picture seems to be describing a several thousand-year-old legend of the first and only god emperor of Khorzaire, gazing over the continent and deciding what to do with it. The legend regales that this god emperor had a fondness for desert roses and water and some junk about being disappointed in typical Khorzian lifespan. IDK, I'm not a historian.
Okay.
Make another intelligence saving throw.
Sure.
Okay.
15.
Do you want to keep going, or you want to stop there?
I mean, I'll keep going. I'll go as much as you give me, I guess.
Well, I'll give you as much as you keep going.
Real quick, I believe at around this time, Zoaz would stop for a moment, kneel, and begin praying, and then after a minute or so would say, "Selene, provide us shelter, please," and cast Leomund's Tiny Hut.
Hey.
Whoa.
So, like, right basically in the center of the area we are is going to be a small semi-opaque dome around 10 feet with a 10-foot radius, and inside is going to be comfy, dry, and dimly lit. Respite from the sun, and Zoaz will say as much.
Very nice.
And of course he'll...
what does it look like again?
It's a small semi-opaque dome with a 10-foot radius.
Oh, cool.
He'll make sure to let everyone know that he's casting it so that they may be within the radius of it when it goes off, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to enter.
What level spell is that?
That is a 3rd level spell.
Thank you. Surely it means nothing, right? what I just asked.
I mean, you're just curious about what the spell does.
I'm just curious.
Let's see it.
Something also very curious is as soon as you pop this into existence and you begin explaining, when you finish your explanation about what the tiny hut is, Makayla, you are racked with pain suddenly as a migraine courses into your head. It pulses and like streaks behind your eyes, and it's extremely painful, like 20 psychic damage painful.
20 psychic damage?
20 psychic damage?
Yes.
Jesus. Or shielding. Yeah, psychic damage that I didn't think I'd actually get to use. Let's go.
Okay.
let's go. So that's gonna be plus 6 damage. So only take 14.
Jeez.
All right.
Right.
Like
Yikes.
this pain like is sudden and overwhelming, and it like almost causes like not almost, it blurs your vision for a moment, and like you feel like retching of the sudden amount of pain. It's this awful just pulsing inside your head.
Wow. Yeah, you would just see Makayla kind of like I guess she'd still be kind of like leaning up against the wall, reading under her little stone balcony. Because if that was still like close enough to be in the bubble.
It's a 10-foot radius, so I would assume, yeah, like
Yeah.
there, to there. I assume Xalia would want to be within the magic dome.
Yes, but you try to look at it.
I mean, you would still see like it's.
You can leave it after and like come back after.
Yeah.
It's just so you have to be in it when it's cast.
Hey, she's gonna do that a lot then.
Uh-huh. It is very comfortable inside, and outside you feel like the sun is draining the life from you because it's the desert and it does that.
There's a
She
stark
needs to
contrast.
understand the wall.
So yeah, you'd see Makayla her knee, she'd kind of like buckle and like sort of lurch forward a little bit, like drop the book, and like put her hand to her head, and just sort of groan in sudden pain. 'Cause that is a lot of psychic.
That is a lot of like. Zoaz will sort of whip his head around and be like, "Makayla, are you all right?"
When she kind of steadies herself. I'm fine.
Could it perhaps be a heat stroke? Have you been having enough water on this journey? Even
No,
experienced travelers can.
It is not bad. It's she goes and like bends down, picks up the book. This book is, well, when the Sparkers said that it was cursed, I didn't expect it to be this potent. It's no mere migraine. Well,
Please take it easy. Rest up. Would not do to push yourself too hard. And regardless, we have more than enough time for you to recuperate.
Yeah. She closes the book for now, and sort of stows it away. It says, "Well, I think that should be enough for now. Save it for another time.
Indeed.
It's better not to. Well, that's inconvenient, but it's only inconvenience, I should say. I will figure out what this book says. It's just proving to be extremely frustrating."
Out of character. Hey, Xalia, want $1?
I feel like Xalia didn't take that much damage.
No, she
That's
did
fine.
not. She certainly did not.
You don't know.
I don't know. You're correct. Or Zoaz doesn't know, but I know. I should say.
That works, yeah. That's enough book time for me. After I
I
take
mean,
almost
if you
half
give
my
it to
HP.
Xalia, she is, by definition, very curious of the person. But also, it might be something she gets bored with. I don't know. Dingla, what do you want?
Let's
Forbidden
see.
knowledge.
I will be back in 10 seconds. You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Anything?
Quick, read the
Alright.
book while it can't deal damage.
Alright, well, Makayla just becomes level 20.
Twig becomes level 40.
Whoa.
Nani?
In 4th edition, the highest level was 30th level for some
Whoa.
reason.
Cool.
You didn't really even get anything past 20th. It was just, you could level up to 30th level. Team.
This amp goes to 30.
It goes to 11.
I've returned.
Welcome back.
I need to get my glasses. All right. What's the plan, guys?
Some of us have attained godhood while you were gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you said you could do anything. So
Okay. Which ones?
I believe Makayla and Twig were the ones who powered up.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Super
writing
Saiyan.
I'm writing it down.
We have, as long as you all would like to rest, this gift of Selene will last more than long enough until the sun sets. However, I suppose that we would want to make some extra distance, before camping permanently. Though, of course, it is up to you all.
Twig looks to Makayla and says, "How are you feeling? Do you think we should rest here, or would you like to go to the signal tower?"
I'll be fine. We should just... Probably best that we don't stay here too long.
Zoaz nods and says, well, if it's all the same, I suppose waiting until the sun is not directly over our heads and then setting out would be a good idea.
Makayla kind of looks like a little... like kind of begrudgingly says, like, sure.
Does anyone else
Well,
have
wait.
any objections?
What, sorry?
Waiting until the sun isn't directly over our heads because it's midday right now, before we set out a little bit
Absolutely not.
longer.
Chuman is fine with that.
A short rest will do our raptors some good.
Indeed.
Okay. Everyone can can benefit from a short rest.
Nice. That is not
As you
All raptors can hit their short rest buttons.
true.
Well,
Big rolls.
Actually, am I able to take a short rest? Not like I got anything from it, but am I able to take a short rest from while concentrating on a spell? Oh wait, Leomund's tiny hut isn't even concentration.
Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like it wouldn't make any sense if it was.
I don't.
Well, regardless, that's important information to know for later, most likely.
I think.
But
I think
short rest doesn't mean like you're like sleeping or anything. It just means
Yeah.
like sitting and like catching your breath.
yeah, you can concentrate on a spell while you're resting.
Okay.
So, all the raptors hang out. All the player characters hang out. Rest, recuperate. Raptors take really big swigs of water.
Mm-hmm.
Like their cheeks are bulging out from the water. Because
Glug,
that's how
glug.
raptors drink. They just like... And then... just... suck it all down.
All
in
at
one gulp.
once.
Yeah, glub. You see Korikon just like... He's got a cup of water, and then he brings it to his lips, and then like the cup of water just like disintegrates, and just procedurally gets smaller, just bloop, bloop, bloop.
Yeah. Cool.
Procedurally, huh?
Yeah, procedurally. What, I use that word wrong?
I don't
No.
know.
I mean, it usually means computer, but
Oh.
no, that makes sense, I think.
I mean, just as a
I'm using the
procedure.
word gradually instead.
Alright,
And
gradually get small.
you can see him like eating some kind of like packed bar of travel rations and just bloop, 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 just gradually get smaller and just chunks. But he doesn't appear to be actually eating it.
Hmm.
Crab mode.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of the rest, you're saddled up and able to continue on your journey.
Upon Zoaz stepping out of the dome, it immediately dissipates, and the harsh sun is let right back in. But at this point, I suppose we're all ready to go. And Zoaz will take us onwards.
Okay. After your short rest completes, the music changes.
Oh.
So you are on your raptors, the gentle bump, the gentle rise and fall of their steps, carrying you through the sands, carrying you through the dunes. You can see the Firefinger come ever closer. This large crimson spire of a rock building. You can also see the makings of a town up ahead. It's in the afternoon, of course, now. As you're traversing through a particularly rough section of rugged hills that are almost steps, you spot a shine, all of you do, in the sand, some distance away. The sun glints off of it in a manner that beams towards you, nearly dazzling your eyesight. There's something in the sands a little bit ahead. It's slightly off of the path, but you can go over to it easy enough, or you can direct your raptor over to it easier without losing much time, if you choose to.
I think Zoaz would be curious enough to investigate. He'll broach the topic with the group, of course, but he'll suggest that we investigate. Perhaps it could be something that someone lost, or something of value that we could obtain.
Okay. So as you go over to this thing and go ahead and roll me a d12. A 10. Okay.
10 red dragons jump out. Whoa.
We got this.
Even better. It is a small weapon. It's a small, well, maybe not a weapon as you get closer to it, but it certainly appears to be a weapon at first. It appears to be a small, like, cunning instrument. And then you get closer and you bring a raptor up alongside it and shield it from the sun. You're able to get a good glimpse of it without light plastering over everything. It is a very shiny blade. It looks like a dagger or a small knife, but the edge is somewhat wavy. It kind of like goes up and down and then just waves along the edge and tapers into a very fine point, almost as if it were emulating like sand dunes, or like you're from Tenuta, so perhaps it's like emulating a wave of an ocean.
Could it perhaps be considered a Chris?
It is a Chris dagger.
Neat.
It is definitely a wavy Chris.
Thus, having no experience prior with unique wavy Chris's, we'll just kind of shrug and pick it up,
Okay.
and stow it away, and
Does
then
it look
shake
at
his
all
head to the
familiar
group.
to Xalia?
I don't think you see it. Zoaz just picks it up and stows it and shakes his head.
You see Zoaz pick up something and then just kind of like throw it in a pack. Xalia. It's like
She'll
glinting
squint.
all the same. You can see that it is a small knife.
Just a small dagger, unfortunately, but I suppose it would not do to stay here. If someone dropped something, they may have been in a hurry.
If you want to
Once
see
we've
it, if you want to see it, Xalia, before he like stows it away, because being a curious creature, you would naturally probably be right up next to him. Go ahead and roll me a perception check. But continue, Zoaz, you were going to say.
Once we've stopped for the night, I would be happy to let anyone who's curious see. But for now, I suppose it would be better to keep moving.
Okay, 13's enough. It's a Chris dagger, just like any other Chris dagger, right? It's definitely a wavy thing.
Yeah, all those wavy daggers, huh?
Yeah, all those wavy
Metal.
daggers.
That familiar?
Twig
It's
is like,
it,
go
it,
ahead.
it has a certain familiarity. You have definitely you have a certain experience with wavy Chris daggers. So this is certainly it is the kind of thing that could set off alarm bells for Xalia.
Oh, give it a very low hiss.
And Zoaz is going to tilt his head and say, if you'd like it, Xalia, once we stop, I'd be happy to
She'll
give it
shake
to you.
her head and just kind of keep walking.
One scaly eyebrow raises, and Zoaz will continue on.
Okay. As you get closer and closer to to the Firefinger,
Yes.
the town of Aurora comes into view. You can see a bustle as many people are going quickly about their day. One of the figures is exceptionally large. You don't see that every day. As you go ahead and make it a perception check, Zoaz. Or perception or survival, your choice. Since you're leading this group. Something's a little off, sir.
Hmm. An exceptionally large figure, is that a, is it like a Loxodon type of large, or is it like
It's kind of like
an
big,
ogre type of large?
big and round. It's kind of still a silhouette on the sun, but as you get closer and like you get a little more curious, a little more concerned, you just on your raptor and make them go a little faster. It is ogre large. It seems ogre-like, and it's moving around quickly. There's a lot of things that are moving around quickly. As you get closer and closer, and your raptors dip into the natural ravine that Aurora has formed above. Sorry, I said that sentence wrong. The natural ravine that Aurora has formed above, because it's, as you know, Zoaz, it's on like a little cliff.
Yes.
You guys are in a small kind of like pass through. You can hear some unsettling things, you all. You can hear the sounds of battle. You can hear metal clanging and the battle cries shouting in the air. As I bring you to the map. I don't have space for raptors, but you guys are on raptors.
Uh-huh. Easy enough to imagine.
Yeah. As you guys hear the sounds of battle, metal clang, there's battle cries that are shouting in the air. Ahead on the ramp, you can see someone that looks like an adventurer round the corner and run up the ramp. They seem similar to yourself, Zoaz, and Pastiche, where they're just kind of like Lizardfolky, and they just go around and they're running up the ramp. But they appear to be brandishing a weapon. something's 100% off here.
I think reading the situation, Zoaz would turn and say, would basically say that he's going to help, regardless of what the others plan on doing. And he's going to spur his raptor towards the noises of battle.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, same.
Alright. As you're
Maybe
rushing
we'll-
forward,
Quietly join in.
okay. As you're rushing forward on your raptors, I've got bad news, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
The music changes.
No, I was really bad at that.
It was a pretty good song.
3 wanderers leap from above this
Oh.
ravine that you're moving through. They leap off of this cliff face and are diving towards you all. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Okay. We are going with group initiative this time, correct?
Yeah, I need everyone to roll group initiative.
Wait, that's not a separate toggle here. Okay.
Oof.
Okay. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Alright, Xalia, as you spur this raptor on, and these goons, like these shrieking, wandering humanoids, obviously undead, leap from this rock from above you where the town of Aurora stands. They are all clashing into you. I need a dexterity save from Xalia, and a dexterity save from Chuman, and a dexterity save from Zoaz.
Damn it, that was almost a 20. I watched that.
Close.
Hey, not bad.
Oh, and Chuman is unavailable. I will roll his save for him.
Thought he said he was back.
Alright, so this wanderer, Xalia, clashes into you, and both you and it are prone on the ground, and this, like, it's just shrieking at you with, like, jaw kind of unhinged, letting out this unworldly cry. So you and it are both prone, and so is your raptor. But what would you like to do?
Cool.
Gotta angle it that way.
Okay. So, what are we doing?
She's gonna just try to burning hand, like reach out burning hands the side of it and point it towards this fucker too.
Okay. Sure.
Just try to angle it as best she can. Like
with it.
wriggle around to here.
Yeah.
Well, this one
Okay.
takes
Tell me that damage as you whip your hands forward and let out this gout of burning flame across these undead creatures.
Doesn't one of them take it at disadvantage because it's prone?
Prone does not have disadvantage on
The dex, really? Huh.
dexterity.
Okay.
That's
fair enough.
restrained.
Okay.
and she's gonna do this with like a garble of like fucking white noise.
Alright. Okay, you're gonna stay on the ground? Or are you gonna get up, or...
Yep, stay on the ground. Roll over, blast it.
I'm with it, that's very cinematic, I like it. Oh, by the way, we're starting a new arc. Everyone has inspiration.
Cool.
Including this wanderer who gets up
Oh.
and is going to, like, not even brush the sand off their clothes. Is gonna just kind of like claw on the ground. Actually, no, it's not gonna get up. What am I doing? It's a wanderer. Just kidding. It's gonna like claw on the ground and like drag itself towards Xalia and just start like clawing and trying to gnaw at her.
Rude.
It's kind of rude. Let's see here. It has disadvantage going out, but disadvantage coming in, so it's a normal roll. 13.
I don't think 13 hits her.
Okay.
13 just hits her. Oh, never mind.
Oh no.
Unfortunate.
Alright, well it's... You've got
Well,
this...
you see there. Oh, never mind.
Huh?
I'll just take them.
Okay.
Well, no, actually, no. In character, she doesn't want to get fucking touched.
Do not touch.
Fuck you.
Alright. As this undead creature with like sand coming out of its mouth starts like clawing, clambering towards you, trying to get at your like life essence. And you just no. It starts clawing and like trying to bite this invisible barrier that you construct. Which brings us to Pastiche, Zoaz, and Makayla. What would you three like to do?
Zoaz will call out, "Everyone, keep moving. I believe I can handle these." And if it is all right, he will take his action.
Do it.
Go for it.
Sure.
Channel Divinity.
Oh,
Undead. Because now I have Destroy Undead.
Alright.
I believe I can handle it. Destroy undead. I will
Uh-huh.
say.
Well, let's see what happens.
I'm not sure if they're 1/2 or lower, but it's worth a shot regardless.
What is it? Wisdom? Oh no.
Oh no, are they wise?
The very wise zombie.
They might be. Let's see the roll.
12.
That is a failure.
Hey, he was pretty smart too.
Oh, an 18. Look out.
No.
That dude's wise as hell. He's
Wise zombie.
That
What
was
is
a
it,
zombie in a
that?
tower.
my save DC is 14.
Okay, well, get a load of this. Tell me how cool your turn on undead is, and I'll tell you what happens.
Zoaz raises his staff to the sun and traces a circle in the air above him, and a symbol of the moon, a glowing sigil, lowers to around the height of the Wanderers and expands outwards, a ring of silver light passing through them.
As the silver light passes through them, the Wanderers shriek out, obviously in pain, and Selene blasts these idiots into dust.
Heck yeah. But of course, the one near him, a little bit less.
This one seems unenthused.
Uh-huh. And then Makayla and Pastiche are also taking their turns right now.
Well, might as well just get this out of the way. Gonna, bless up.
Bless up!
Okay. You
Gonna
throw a
rock
prayer
him.
up to your main man, Elliot.
Yeah. So that's happening no matter what. I mean, I guess I could, run and swing a couple times since it's resourceless.
Do whatever you want.
I'm
Unless
sorry, I
there's
lost
anything
it.
you're interested in doing.
Pastiche, you see
I think
Makayla.
Pastiche is going to be riding by on their raptor as you do whatever you do.
Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna mosey up. Oh, this is Rockwall, right?
Yes.
On the flank? Okay.
Yeah, they jumped down from above.
Maybe your raptor is really cool and it does like a ninja jump off of the rock wall.
I jump off the raptor and onto the wall, and then
You can do that.
Hell yeah.
You do it. You won't.
fine, do it, and then jump. Alright, yeah. Somehow Makayla kind of off the raptor, kind of readjusts herself to push off the stone, and I guess dragoon dives this wanderer.
Hell yeah.
Twig is watching in awe.
You have a
Okay.
+2. You have a +2 bonus to your attacking damage.
Alright.
Why is it at advantage though?
Even without. Oh, is it not flanking?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Go ahead. Don't mind me. I'm the peanut gallery.
Why is it at advantage?
This is the whole reason I was doing this.
Uh-huh.
Alright,
You
yeah.
forgot it was messed up.
You guessed
That's
it.
fine.
25 hits.
I was I don't think it needs +2. So 7 damage +2. And then, yeah, you know what?
He is barely
Ash-
hanging on.
Yeah, it's, like, as she dives, you know, sort of spectral force surrounds the staff as it kind of, like, pierces it, I guess.
Alright, tell me how cool you are to be one.
Yeah, she, like, just dives through it, lands, in, like, a... how much of a speed do I have? 15? 25? Yeah, she, like, sort of dives through it and, like, tumbles into a roll and lands, sort of on one knee. And, like, ready to get back up.
Okay. Alright, well done. You guys,
Can I
defeated
get one more
the
six
Wanderers. Alright. That actually clears this combat.
Nice.
And
Pastiche, riding by valiantly on their raptor, begins to ready their brush, and the fight is over.
Alright. Zoom zoom. As you all let's see, Xalia, well, everybody is moving towards on the raptors, just galloping towards Xalia and Makayla. You were currently on foot. Xalia, you're on the ground.
I guess so, yeah.
What would you two like to do to catch up to your party?
My raptor's still there, right?
Yes.
Probably just dust it off, make sure it's okay, and then just get on getting on.
Okay. Your reward is raptor noises. Yes.
She makes
Good
big
sound.
back finger attack.
Raptor to raptor communication.
You increase your social link with your raptor by dusting it off, and getting back on it. You resume your valiant ride. Makayla, your raptor is continuing on forward, and you just grab it.
Kind of, I just do like a whistle, like,
yeah,
and
just
get back on it.
Yep. The raptor comes to you, and in just a blur of motion, you swing yourself over the raptor and get yourself back in the saddle. Zoaz, Pastiche is actually going to be in the lead because they just swooped forward, and then let's see, Twig and Chuman. So the order is going to be kind of like this. Khorzaire, upon seeing the danger, is going to kind of like circle around and just chill on his raptor for a bit. You guys go and get him. I'll be rooting for you.
Zoaz nods.
And
He's
kinda
emerging.
like,
He doesn't need to be in the fight.
and he kind of like adjusts the box under his arm, and he's looking around, trying to find. He's looking for something. So Pastiche, as you round the corner, Twig as you round the corner, Chuman as you round the corner, and then Zoaz and Makayla as you all come up. Let's see here, Pastiche. You see a ramp. It is a stone ramp. The bottom is kind of like turned into rubble from just many feet pounding on it. And you can see the adventurer up at the top. And you can see him a little closer. They are pretty bony. This is a skeletal adventurer, and they don't look very friendly. They've got a morning star in one hand, they've got a shield in the other's got spikes on it, and they've got like this otherworldly glow in their lizard man skull. Looks like this is a lizard man adventurer. Turns on you. As you maneuver forward, and everyone can, let's see here, everyone can beat the crap out of this ambling adventurer. Go for it. Go ahead and roll me some initiative. Roll me some group initiative. I probably shouldn't have cleared it, but whatever.
Oh, let's go, Zoaz.
Yo.
Mitch, no.
Mitch is just lounging.
Uh-huh.
I didn't roll.
He's having a good day.
So, this is the ramp, correct? Like,
Yes.
this is... traversable terrain.
Yep,
I rolled for the raptor.
it scales
Nice.
it scales a bit. You know, this it increases in height by 5 feet every 5 feet it moves forward. All right. Pastiche, you actually get the first strike. And then Zoaz and Chuman right behind you, just because.
Yes. He was
Yeah.
Pastiche was ahead of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I swore I saw a 6 for me.
Oh. Wait, yeah, Twig's not even in initiative order.
I can't click the roll initiative button anymore.
Make sh-
There you go.
wait, make sh-
There we go. I did get a 6. There you go.
3, 6,
Oh.
7.
Twig
fact.
calls his shots.
Uh-huh.
Get out of here, Raptor.
Just wanted to make sure I was in the proper order.
Definitely. All right,
Okay.
Pastiche, what would you like to do?
You
You can hear like plenty of tussle up this ramp, but barring your way is this echo of an adventurer.
Pastiche is gonna point at the ground in front of this adventurer. Make a kind of like figure 8 motion. And a little dancing twig is gonna appear right in front of him.
Whoa.
Okay. All right.
Ooh.
What kind of dance is Twig doing?
Let's say he's flossing.
How dare
I
you?
restrained myself from saying Fortnite, and this is what you do to me.
I love it.
Okay, but is this Twig slander, or
Is this canon Twig
You don't know.
interaction? Yeah.
Maybe you should ask Twig himself.
Twig would probably play Fortnite.
All right. Chuman, Zoaz, as you see Pastiche do this incantation and wiggle the figure in a figure 8 motion towards the ramp, what would you like to do?
To be clear, the sounds of the fight are past this creature.
Yes.
Zoaz is probably realizing the scope of what's going on, going to try and get past this. He's going to try and ride his raptor past this creature. How much movement does the raptor have?
Raptors have 30 feet of movement.
Then... Am I allowed to have the raptor take the disengage action?
Yes.
Okay.
Or actually, wait, let me double check mount rolls.
Okay. Controlling the mount, but
Yeah,
I'm not certain
it
if
moves
that's
as
like...
you direct it, though it only has 3 action options. Yeah, the raptor can take disengage.
Hmm. Suppose I can't really do much if I don't dash. Zoaz is just going to try and take the opportunity of it being distracted by the illusion and dash past.
Okay.
So 30 feet to here, and then
Alright, let me stop you there.
yes,
Because
Wait,
as
I
you
wasn't
get
on
up the
that.
ramp,
as I round the corner.
yeah. Yes, Xalia?
Oh, undead can be illusion, huh?
Can they? I don't know.
What? What's going on?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Can undead? Okay, whatever.
Let's see here. So, Zoaz, you run up and you can see a group of battle-hardened town guards amidst many, many wanderers. They're everywhere. This is bad news. Like, this is the worst news.
Mm-hmm.
They're all, you can see these battle-hardened town guards, they're all wielding Khopesh swords and shields. They're trying their hardest to hold off this assault. They're forming a circle around the entrance of the town. In the center of the circles, the circle bodies is a dusty almost gray-scaled lizardman wielding a blue and gold shimmering khopesh. But it looks like the lizardman is cleaving through wanderers with like the desert horizon itself. But then you hear this massive grunt, and you can see this grizzled town guard is rolled backwards by a mighty blow as this scaled hero leaps over his ally, spins in the air, and slams the point of his heater shield into the ground to weather a second heavy blow from a huge, sun-bleached ogre. Obviously, it's succumbed to wanderlust that is missing several chunks of flesh of its body. With a flash of sunlight from his shield, the lizard folk looks up and he locks eyes with you, Zoaz. You can see like their overall milky and perhaps difficult to see as pupil and iris. Then bellows a commanding shout to his crew. "Renew your vigor! The sun has answered our prayers this day and sent a disciple of his sister. Clear a path for the Moonlight Shepherd." And part of the group surges in your direction. And everyone else joins the initiative order. Zoop.
Nice.
And you can resume your turn.
Wow. While that's happening, Chuman rolls up next to Pastiche and quizzically asks, You know, is that Twig? How did you get ahead of us?
Whoa.
Whoa, chill.
Oh god. Hold up.
Oh, I see.
Let's see. I don't actually believe I can see the Dune Striders. Oh wait, yes I can. Zoaz will... Jeez. Suppose... make it up to around here before realizing the direness of the situation and slowing his raptor. Let's see. I already took the dash action. Do I have any bonus action? Any good bonus actions, I say, looking at my list of spells?
Just
I
to make
think
sure, from my
Zoaz
position, I can't see anything except for this guy.
From your position, you can see that dude. You can see Zoaz is like the tail of his raptor, and you can see like the staff of this idiot.
Rude.
He's dead. He's fine.
Okay, fair.
Oh, I forgot to.
Yeah, he doesn't care. Hello?
It's just a dude.
All right, what's the plan, guys?
Zoaz is done for now.
Okay.
He's taken about all the actions he can.
All right. Let's see here. This one is going to run up and try to kill somebody. Hey.
Rude.
Don't do that.
Whoa, chill.
I'm out for blood.
Y'all know my character is really not built for AoE.
All right, Chuman, and let's see here. Yeah, Chuman. Go for it. And then the rest of Pastiche's turn.
Let's see.
I mean, may as well start taking him down one at a time, you know?
Pastiche is just gonna stroll up the ramp behind Zoaz.
Yeah, Chuman is going to move up along the ramp to see the rest of the rest of this battle going on. Oh.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Alright. Chuman has an idea. Hold on. Chuman is going to... Wait, let me make sure of this range. Okay, perfect. Chuman is going to cast Spike Growth in order to help. Wait, it went away. Okay. In order to help deal with the fiends and monsters, or the undead, I should say. And from there, Chuman is going to mention to Zoaz and Pastiche to be cautious moving forward. Lure every... How am I saying? Quickly, you two, lure everyone down here. We can fight them after they've passed. After they've gotten closer.
Zoaz nods, seeing the ground, I assume, twist into spikes.
Yeah.
Although it's camouflaged, actually. Never mind.
Okay, Chuman yells this out, and you can see some of the town guards rush forward and whack with the curved edges of their Khopesh blades, slicing these wanderers. As Pastiche and Chuman go up the hill, and then this dusty lizard man also flashes his Khopesh blade, slashing into this mighty wandering ogre. It's big, it's gnarly. He cuts him in half. No, he doesn't. Nice. And then, let's see here.
Can I hear where the sounds are?
Yeah, it's everywhere. But like here, like it's all around you. Like there's sounds to your north, there's sounds to your east.
Figure the sounds of an ogre smacking something would have been much louder.
Big over there. Big guy over there. And then the lizard man slashes, cuts into the big ogre, and with a deft blow, extremely nimble, slides away from the ogre, avoiding just a big honkin' club attack, and starts maneuvering, trying to get closer to Zoaz before he stomps. The ground is beguiled. Watch your step.
Zoaz will take note of that.
Alright, which brings us to...
I've just raked the floor. That's it.
Yeah.
brings us to this one. Hiya! It fails terribly.
Nice. Nice.
You can see, Zoaz, you can see the town guard struggling to keep up with the onslaught, but the wanderer, this husky-looking one, claws towards this dude, but he batters away the blows with his shield. This one is going to whirl around, heaves this hefty morning star, and then takes a huge strike, starting with flossing Twig, and then going around in a circle towards Pastiche. So the first one obviously misses Twig. The second one, wow, it misses Pastiche.
Nice. Twig is tanking, as he should.
It's the flossing.
Uh-huh. It made him hard to hit, clearly.
Very confusingly, this undead adventurer is confused by the illusion and does not hit Makayla. Which does not hit Pastiche, which brings us to Makayla.
I guess Move over here. And I cannot, from this position, I cannot see past, like, Pastiche and the
raptors.
Adventurer.
Yeah, the raptors are going to be too big, and the adventurers
Yeah.
are too crazy.
But this is a wanderer, right?
Yes, it is an ambling
Okay.
adventurer. It is clearly undead. It's got its bony skull showing off to the sunlight. He's got like half a tongue falling out of his scully mouth.
How much movement? So if the raptor's movement is my movement, right? Or like
raptor's movement
that
is
counts
17.
as my movement is what I mean.
Yes. Well, no.
Okay.
The raptor
Oh,
has
okay.
its own movement, but if you want to dismount, that costs movement.
How much movement does it count?
Half.
Alright. Yeah. Sure, that's fine. I'll dismount, and then from there, I guess. Or this is like, hold on. That's like just straight wall, right? Like
It
a
is
building.
Yeah, it's a building, and it's also like 20 feet up.
Got it. Yeah, I guess I'll then move 15 feet up. And now, can I kind of like see the?
You can see what you can see.
Okay. Oh, so I just see. This is where the dude fighting the ogre is.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty fun up here.
Time.
Yeah, the sand's fine. Come on in.
I do not see the ogre. Okay. Makayla, at seeing sort of how many there are, would say, perhaps it is best to try and clear a path and then retreat. This is a lot of wanderers, and many more could show up. But she will. Yeah, I guess she'll cast web. I mean, I guess. Well, she wouldn't know that there's spikes there, so.
Yeah, you didn't.
Yeah, I
think
didn't tell
the
you.
thing
Yeah.
is, You. What if you
Wait.
see it when it's cast? You know, but otherwise, no.
What do you want to do, Makayla? As these wanderers are rushing towards these town guards, threatening to
Alright.
suck their life force.
I'm just gonna throw some magic stones at this dude, I guess.
Heck yeah, throw that rock.
That's a 1. Alright, let's try that again. 14?
A 14 unfortunately does not hit. He sees you wind up this rock, and then the spikes on the shields, he brings it in front of him, and the skeletal lizard man adventurer blocks your blow.
Alright, that's, I guess, my turn.
Okay. Across the way, Zoaz, you can see the town guards doing battle with these wanderers, slicing into their husks. This one is going to rush forward, trying to get at this idiot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm pretty
He
sure
takes-
he takes 10d4 damage.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
24.
Thank you. Spike growth, baby.
Alright. And then falls forward into the spikes. And then the DM remembers that it's difficult terrain, but oh well.
Hindsight's 2020.
Yeah, that
Or,
wanderer
you
should have
know-
thought about that before killing himself.
Or
The zombie sprinted. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Alright, so this one, this wanderer is of a type that Zoaz, only Zoaz may have seen. It is a wanderer that has a shroud over their face, so only their nose, and just this gaping maw constantly screaming into the air. It has a staff with a circle on it, and it points the circly staff at It points the circling staff at Zoaz because he's the first one up, and lightning curls around it and crackles towards Zoaz. Dun dun dun.
Quick bolt.
This one that's attacking.
Yes. 19.
Okay.
That absolutely hits.
Alright, well, as this absolutely hits you.
Ow.
Wait,
Oh,
hang on.
crap.
That's not actually.
That's
Ow.
a bit
Hang on,
much.
just kidding. It's actually 8 damage.
Yeah.
This lightning crackles towards you, coils around you, and then pulses with this flash of heat and electricity, dealing 8 lightning damage to you, Zoaz. That hurt. Owies.
Yeah, sure did.
Which brings us to Xalia. You can see your party members running or flying up the steps. There is sounds of battle up ahead. What would you like to do?
Sorry, can you give me 1 second?
Sure.
Same.
Sorry about that. I just hit my knee trying to reposition.
I should have hit the
No
step
one told you to
over
practice your
button.
flossing over there.
You caught me when I was just like, oh hey, if the wild swim up, I'm gonna go run some errands.
Aw.
Okay. Alright. She's probably just gonna run up. She's furthest back, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't even see from here. So for the sake of it, I think what she's going to do is, what is the range on 120 feet? She's going to major image, I think. Here-ish, and this is the spike, well she doesn't know the spike rest, but like just where she can see. Like here,
Okay.
basically.
Yeah, you can see up
Just
there.
a big horde of defenseless, juicy civilians
Delicious.
that are all just kind of uncomfortably milling around each other, eternally running away, but not really getting anywhere.
Alright. They just kind of like apparate.
Mhm.
Alright, I'm with it. I like it. Okay.
Bait.
Cool.
Not the term.
Alright. Which brings us to this huge, hulking Ogre Zombie as he slams his Morning Star into this town guard. Oh no!
Pretty unfortunate.
Well, he did slam it.
Alright, it is time to slam 48 damage into this dude.
Does a crit hit? Oh my god.
That's a real jam going down.
Welcome to the Space Jam.
This dude goes flying. with a yelp. "Ah!" You can see this dude is lifted up over the over the pillars that herald the entrance to the town, and he goes just flies. Even the people that are on the ground, like before the rain, you can see this dude just flailing his arms briefly
Just a
before he gets
twinkle on
back.
the horizon.
Yeah. And then rolls around. That absolutely hurt. And then he comes again. The Ogre Zombie kind of like rah, 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 makes undead laughs. And he's going after the Dusty Lizard Man. Look out! Huh!
Oh boy.
Unable to block in time. The Dusty Lizard Man gets clocked in the back of the head. He stumbles forward. Whoops! No, don't deal the damage to the Ogre Zombie. He stumbles forward, and from the weight of the blow, and is slammed a few steps into the spike growth.
Cool.
The ouchie pain of the spikes slamming into the dude's feet. He looks around.
Wait, does he fly into it or does he?
He skids into it
Okay.
and looks around. Kind of like twirls his shield and then looks over his shoulder at Zoaz.
He's in the mob right now.
He is also in the mob. He's being assisted by many civilians.
Invisible civilians.
There's like one dabbing his forehead with a cloth.
It's about to
I'm
be
a
a
big
mosh
fan of
pit.
this.
All right. These three wanderers These two are going to whirl around towards Zoaz. Immediately take some damage from traversing through the spike growth.
Oh,
And
that
then
cheater.
They're going to try to beat up Zoaz. They're going to drain your life.
No.
It's happening.
Let's see about that. Okay,
Nope.
it might be happening.
No.
A 5. Alright. Zoaz, as this wanderer does this move that you've seen many a time before on your travels, guiding everyone throughout the area. You cut his stupid hand off with your scimitar, with your showtime.
Heck yeah.
1, 2. So 1.
That'd just be 44.
Yeah, he's gonna run up towards the dusty dude. 1, 2. He's
Remember,
gonna
it's
dash
difficult
to
terrain.
get there.
Yeah, definitely
8d4
as well.
Yeah, 8d4. He's gonna dash.
Whoa.
My toe! My toe! Yeah, so like how the spike growth works, as these wanderers are running through just unbelievably otherworldly fast, eerily quick. As they traverse through the spike growth, you can just see like them just get shorter.
Sandpaper.
Which brings us to Twig. What would you like to do as the sounds of melee are above?
Be still mounted at this point, right?
Yes.
Okay. Would there be any room for me up in that melee?
Let's see here.
You're already there.
Oh, that's true.
If you
Yeah.
yeah,
The room.
you can do like a really cool like raptor leap and just like jump up.
I like the sound of Raptor Lead.
Give me a raptor leap.
jump over it?
You would end up somewhere around here.
Got bird arms. You can float.
I can't see that, but I'll take that.
Okay. You can be anywhere within these 4 squares.
That is probably the safest spot currently in the melee.
As your raptor kind of like leans into the turn, Twig, and you gallop up this ramp, you and your raptor share a knowing glance, and you know what must happen. The raptor leaps up 5 feet into the air. It gives a huge heft
Perfect.
and skid to a stop right next to this wanderer that is currently throwing lightning at Zoaz.
Oh, it's this one
Yeah.
that's doing that? Okay.
So he just takes a moment to take in the scene that he's just now seeing in front of him.
It's a
And
bit
then
of
he
a...
turns, yeah. And then he turns to the wanderer in front of him and brandishes his scimitar and dagger and takes a swing with both of them.
Do it. Cool, 18 hits.
Let's go.
9 damage.
Flossing Twig and real Twig going at it.
Mm-hmm.
12 also hits.
Whoa.
Oh, nice.
Cool. This wanderer that is focused on murdering your guide with lightning bolts. You sneak up behind him and valiantly drive your scimitar and dagger into them. They shriek, "Blah!" and they make a concentration check. Zoaz is still wrapped by lightning.
It's true.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I think that would be it for me.
Okay.
Quick question for you, Star. If I were to quote unquote like yell out about the spike growth to Twig and Makayla as they come up, like that, does that technically wait for my turn, or is that like can that happen in between?
I'll let you use your reaction for it. That seems good to me.
Yeah.
Do you do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to get readjusted. Chuman's going to use his reaction to mention over to Twig and Makayla. Be careful on your approach. I planted spikes forward.
Yeah, it's gonna
don't-
hear-
Nuts.
You can hear Chuman above the din of the melee.
So that rolled 2d12 again. How much
Yeah.
did I take? 4?
No, it's not you.
Oh, okay.
You can see to the northeast more crackles of lightning flash past the ogre and crackle around the broken rubble of the town gates. One slams into one of the town guards. He just shrieks as he's electrocuted. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. These guys are really fast, and their reward for being fast is taking 2d4 damage.
Should have never been fast.
Yeah, I should have thought about that.
Have you tried being slow, dummy?
Alright. Mitch. What would Mitch like to do?
Let's go, bitch.
I assume this stuff over here is like raised.
Yes, it is 20 feet high.
Okay. Mitch is gonna fly up there and perch on the ledge.
Hoot hoot. Okay, Mitch begins preening.
Bird moment.
Alright, Zoaz. What would you like to do? As the Wanderers are upon you, as spells are flashing around, and this person seems to have recognized you and is trying to clear a path.
Zoaz is going to close his eyes for a moment, throwing the throwing the pain of the lightning wrapped around him to the back of his mind for a moment, and then will call out, Selene, allow me to borrow the power of your guardians, and will cast Spirit Guardians.
Oh crap.
Which is a big ol' 15 foot sphere? Yes. 15 foot aura, basically, of these angels these like long, lanky sort of humanoids that have veils over their faces, black veils with a silvery inlaid, glittering crescent moon. You cannot see their faces, and you get the strange feeling that maybe you don't want to see their faces. Are we... Well, I suppose we should wait for their turn to actually come around to deal the damage to them.
When you cast this spell, you can designate numbers of creatures.
Oh, and that's going to be every single veteran and guard I can see, as well as the entire party are not affected by the spell.
Alright. Are you good or neutral?
Yes, I believe so. I am lawful good, so yes.
Let's see here. An affected creature's speed is halved in the area when the creature enters the area for the first time. Yep, so that is on their turn. And where is it going?
It is... Well, it's around me.
Oh.
And it is consistent concentration.
Cool. Go ahead and mark yourself as concentrating.
Yes. Where's the effect thing? There it is. Concentrated. There we go. Yeah, so it's like this swarm of angelic of beings with angelic countenances sort of flitting around, flying, harassing, haranguing every zombie within it. Of course, they ignore Pastiche, Twig, etc., Chuman as well.
Okay, it is indeed a veritable swarm of chaos, but feels homey.
Yeah. It's relaxing.
Yeah. This one over here is out for blood.
Jesus.
Dude, chill.
And then he does it again.
Don't do it again.
Let that thing go.
Oh my god.
Bro.
I'm out for blood.
Okay, that was a low roll.
Yeah, it's
Thankfully.
rude, man.
Nah, this dude's got inspiration.
Oh my god!
You can hear the screams of the town guard as this wandering husk of a zombie balls this dude in front of the town guard. Alright, this veteran, going to retaliate with his Kopesh. Hiya! And hiya! Yeah.
Hey, not bad. Okay, pick it up, dude.
This
Come on,
dude.
man.
This dude is unconscious.
He's got 10 extra coins, and then he just rolls a 1.
Alright. Let's see here. Which brings us to Chuman and Pastiche and Lizard Man. What would you like to do as the melee unfolds?
How is this guy feeling?
He looks like he is having a great time electrocuting Zoaz. It's his favorite thing today. That wanderer is popping off. Like, actually, like, jumping up and down. Like, from one foot to the other, as the staff, like, just courses lightning to him. That's what he
Dodging the angels.
Dodging
Dang.
the angels. That's how he's feeling. What would you like to do? Pastiche or Chuman?
Pastiche is going to leap off their raptor and in midair fade out of existence
Okay.
before
Oh, shit.
reappearing
Oh,
over
shit.
here.
Okay, I like it.
Do you take damage on entering spike growth?
It
Even
is
if you
when
didn't like move into it?
It's when you traverse 5 feet. So you do. So I'm pretty sure. Well,
You
let's
teleport it, so you don't technically
Yeah,
walk
it's not
to it.
traversing, it's appearing there.
So technically, you wouldn't take damage.
when a creature
Join the
moves
mosh
into.
pit.
A creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage every 5 feet it travels. You have not yet traveled any distance inside the spike.
Okay. Sick. Pastiche is going to reach towards this lizard
Okay.
and say to him, "Take my hand. We are with the shepherd."
All right. So you reach your hand towards this lizard homie, and you can see his dusty kind of like gray-colored scales. He's got a couple necklaces on that jingle with gold. You can see his Kopesh is just like a cerulean blue with a golden edge. He's wearing light gear, just like he has a open vest on that kind of like buckles around his stomach, and he's got bracers and sort of like flowy parachutey like pants or shorts on. He looks at you and just wordlessly nods and reaches out his scaly, his clawed hand. Aye.
In midst of that, Chuman is going to get off of his raptor and use his longbow to put a bind on this undead magic guy.
Okay. Do it. Send it. Let's see here. 18 hits.
18. So he needs to roll for ensnaring strike.
Alright. Let's see here. Go ahead and roll damage for your bow and damage for ensnaring strike.
Okay.
he is restrained. He's also really hurt.
Nice.
Does that also mean his concentration is done? Or was he doing a concentration spell? I don't remember.
Zoaz is freed from lightning.
Nice.
Let's go.
And now Guardians won't just fall apart immediately.
Yeah. As this arrow shaft embeds into this spellcasting wanderer and explodes into roots and vines that wrench into the ground and hold this zombie fast. You can see the lightning crackle and fade away.
And as Chuman lines up another shot for this guy, he yells out to Twig, "Twig, I leave him for you to finish." Shoots off another arrow.
Yeah, that hits.
16.
16 hits. Ouchie.
And that will be his turn.
Okay. Pastiche, what are you doing? The lizard did.
As they clasp hands, Pastiche will raise his other arm into the air and just let out a loud hiss before both of them fade out of existence.
Oh. Cool.
Objects? A one willing creature. Oh, wow, that's cool.
Nice.
And we're gonna be way over here.
You really do just have like every step of it.
Alright. Because it's cool, this works.
Why would it not?
Because you used a bonus action to cast a spell.
Yeah, this is an action.
And then,
Oh, wait.
And then with an action,
Yeah,
you have to
with
cast a
that roll.
cantrip.
Oh. I was not aware.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I
It's
fell
a-
for it. It's weird, and I got hit by it earlier as well.
It's literally like only happens with like Misty Step. It's like the only time it happens.
Huh.
Let's see. So before the lizard man. Actually, no. Okay, so Crackle, go ahead and do the damage. With the as you bring the lizard man with you, and then they pop out of existence. The Tonitrus rocks the area.
Inspiration can only be used on a d20, right?
Correct. Unless it's
Unfortunate.
unless it's DM inspiration when I just feel like killing something.
Wow.
The truth comes out.
I mean, he is all
DM
powerful.
trying to kill us?
No, I'm trying to kill the town guard.
So because it's NPCs, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Man, did you see the ogre? He just
Alright,
Yeah.
look, just because I crit 3 times, that's not my fault.
Next thing you know, I don't know my own strength.
Yeah, that's that's I didn't want to kill you. I just wanted to cut you a little. All right, Pastiche. So you bring the lizard person and just Xalia, Pastiche, and this gray-scaled lizard man just kind of like thwomp and boink into existence. And the lizard man with this kind of like horizon-colored Khopesh lands, takes a couple steps, running down the ramp, then turns, kind of like flips his Khopesh and runs back into the ray. I thank you for getting me out of there. Now, we traverse this ramp. We can't leave the people. And he runs up, and he cuts this dude's ankles. Okay, maybe not. He's a little disoriented from...
Understandable.
Alright. Then, let's see, 1, 2, 3. And then he's going to take like the kind of like pillar and then just jump around it. Which brings us to this one. Right? Oh, okay. This one is going to try to murder this dude.
Honk.
I'm trying to spill some blood. Yay, 4 damage.
Wow.
Alright. The ambling adventurer brandishes his morning star.
And then has to do a wisdom saving throw and potentially take 3d6 damage. Radiant damage. Yo!
Brandishes his morning star and it suddenly
And takes 5 radiant damage.
Suddenly takes 5 radiant damage as the guardians, keeping Zoaz safe, pester. Just boop, 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 boop. One like takes his nose and then like slaps it away.
Yeah, this sure is like the comedy moment for my angelic
Does
guardians.
a 14 hit you?
It does not.
Okay, cool.
The guardians intercede.
What about a 15?
They intercede again.
Cool. Makayla, what would you like to do?
Is this like or was that a spot that I could like kind of stand on at all?
Yes.
And would I be able to take this path there? Is that like possible?
Yes.
Or okay. Or wait, I can move through allies, right?
Sure.
Okay, I just wasn't sure.
I think in not being able to move through allies is for like cramped spaces, but I don't think this is necessarily a cramped enough space for it to be like impossible to move through allies. I'm not sure.
Oh, actually, this I can't see from here. That sucks. Is this is a wall, right? Like this sort
Yes.
of these spaces.
Yes. This where's my?
This is
This is a wall.
if this was like 20 feet, is this like 10 feet tall or something, or like?
It's a building.
Okay. Yeah, it's just sure, fair enough. I'm just trying to use my climb speed is all. No, I'm joking.
Would you like to climb on top of the building?
I mean, if I can, yeah, I kind of would.
Alright, you're on top of the building. It takes you 10 feet of movement.
All right, yeah, I got that move. I have enough. I assume I have vision of this area.
Yes.
Just because I think of the walls, I don't.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna move my token here just so I get vision.
Makayla, as you get on top of this building, you can see one of the town guards cut down a wanderer. It shrieks, "Bleh!" Like super coagulated blood doesn't spill from the wound.
Don't do that. I'd see about this stuff. I'll move back after this. I just want to be able
Yeah,
to see
go ahead.
what's there. Which one of the villagers? Oh, jeez, that is big. Okay. Of the villagers, would I be able to see like? I don't know. That's like 60 feet. I wouldn't be able to tell if they're like who's the most injured. That's a little bit much.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. All right.
There's a lot of villagers there, though.
True. Yeah. A lot of just.
There's a lot of
I went
helpless
into it.
civilians.
Yeah. But I saw those get created, so I'm
Alright, go
luckily
ahead.
smarter than an average zombie. I will use Healing Spirit. Sure. Oops. On the dude who I see like right in the track of the
Okay.
the big old ogre, and I'll just note it by my little vulture.
Hey.
Nice.
My little vulture is, yeah, so it's just sort of the spectral vulture, the same as like the mage hand, but it just sort of flies, kind of like flaps in place over over that person, and like sort of rains down like these like ethereal feathers, and will, I guess, heal it for heal that person for 1d6 hit points.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
That's a 5.
Hey,
That'll help.
that is pretty alright.
The ogre bearing down on him. Okay. This one's dead. Get out of my initiative. This wandering caller is going to.
Oh.
Anything else? That's a bonus
yeah, I
action.
think that's just my bonus action
Yeah.
thing. And then I'm gonna throw some rocks at I guess these guys. I don't know. I'll just like start at this one, I guess. Let's
Okay.
throw some rocks. Oh, actually, I think I'd only be able to throw one. That's funny.
Hey, it works though.
Yeah, it hits.
One's all you need.
Alright, it's for 7 damage.
Owie!
And then... oh, I know about the spikes. Alright, give me a strength saving throw from that one.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh,
Hey, let's go. It needs to be 15.
Alright.
So it's gonna get knocked pretty much that way.
Alright, 64. Go ahead and roll six. I'll do it. Just...
Dang.
Ouch!
Dang.
It's done!
Nice. I got
Dang.
exploded.
As the vulture pushes it forward, the special vulture just whoop, it just crumbles into many limbs. It's donezo.
Nice. Alright, and then I'll end my turn, but can you just like move me back here because I can't because it's a wall. Thank you.
Alright. Watch out, Twig. This one's trying to claw at you.
let them
The
try.
animal collar?
Okay, you don't have to try it.
First he makes a wisdom save because
Alright.
he's in my spirits.
Okay. You're right. I'm just rolling.
Whoa, is that how it works?
Uh-huh. It's at the start of his turn.
Oh, I
He
see.
fails. So he takes 8 radiant damage.
Alright. What if I said that was enough?
Hell yeah!
Twig, as this lightning wanderer thing goes to clamber towards you, suddenly, as if it was not ensnared at all, it goes to rake across your face. But then there's a radiant beam of light protruding from its chest, and it falls against you. Let's see, the other zombies. This one here, that one there. Yeah, this one's in the middle. It's going to try to eat up all these civilians that are in the middle of this. It's going to go blah 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 blah. Alright. Go ahead, Xalia. What would you like to do?
Well, she's noticed the spikes at this point. So what she's gonna do is she's gonna walk back, keep trying to walk up to be with the rest of the group so she can see what the fuck is going on because she can't see right now. But she's gonna pull the crowd back, like, you know, move them up a little bit. Just go, oh no, look at how juicy we are, and then just pull them back to the other side of the spikes, basically.
Oh no, look at how juicy we are.
It would be terrible if someone were to eat us right now. You know, I think just for the sake of it, she's gonna make them actually say stuff like that.
Yeah, alright, cool. I'm with it. You earned it, you're level 6.
Uh-huh.
Alright. I love
And then
it.
the crowd is like pulled back to the other side of the spikes.
Okay.
And as a reminder for Major Illusion, this is like looks, smells, you know, everything but actually feels.
Alright. The smell of delicious civilians has attracted the Ogre Zombie. Oh, you want to move or stay there, or?
She already moved.
Okay. The delicious civilian smell has attracted the mighty Ogre Zombie. Goosh, goosh, it lumbers out of the way. With a flippant gesture, it slams its morning star against the town guard. Good hour.
Calm down!
Chill out.
Oh my god!
Okay, so we don't let him get close.
Yeah.
The town guard goes flying into a pillar, like smashes through the pillar. It crumbles down, just and the town guard continues.
Jesus.
Let's see here. Is he dead?
Please don't.
Goodbye.
No! My vulture did nothing!
And the ogre zombie lumbers and holds high its nasty, rusty morning star. Overhead strike, boom, and creates a crater where the delicious civilians are. It's drooling this green slime out of its mouth as it's hunched over, looking for its next delicious civilian target.
Does it take any damage from the spike growth?
It absolutely does.
By the way, I moved them to be like around Zoaz and whatnot because I think you can move major illusions.
Oh, they're right.
Yeah.
So they're like kind of over here.
Yeah.
In that case, we're gonna move. We're gonna keep going. Give me.
Oh, no.
They're delicious. Give me those civilians. There you go.
Okay, so
Oh, does that count as within Ancestral Guardians? Spirit Guardians?
1, 2, 3.
Would it be able to get there? It's difficult terrain, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see. We were here. Boop, boop. It can't move that far.
Okay.
But as these wanderers are eerily fast, it can get here.
Neat.
Even with the difficult terrain. But let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chuman, roll me 8d4.
Me as a globe?
This is getting so much value.
Yeah. Oh. Oh.
Nice.
I knew it would come in handy one day.
It's,
Listen, Spike Growth is really good.
it's a really good spell.
Yeah.
Speaking of really good, Zoaz's life force smells really good.
Mm.
Oh, but first
Wisdom
make a
save?
Yeah.
Wisdom save?
What is happening?
Dude, please.
9.
Okay, that fails, so he's gonna take this much radiant damage.
So that's enough to kill, right?
Yeah, clearly.
Alright. He is just barely hanging on.
Oh
Alright.
Surprisingly, a 20 hits.
Okay. Zoaz, I've got bad news.
Uh-huh.
This wanderer lays hands on you, and like a lightning shock, you can feel your life essence just suck, just straight out of you.
I need an adult.
And
Apply damage.
you take 17 necrotic damage,
I'm gonna make a Constitution save.
and I need a Constitution save.
Ugh. And
Nice.
there we go.
That's no
Alright.
save.
You can feel the very being that makes Zoaz be pulled away from you, but you
Just
you
barely holding on.
You slam your mental shields up and reel your soul back in, and it belongs to you still. That was fun. Let's do it again.
No.
Let's see here.
Nope,
This
nope.
one's running towards Zoaz.
Hold up.
It dies from the spike
So-
growth.
Yeah, I was gonna
Isn't one any
say.
of the juicy he fake civilian?
Yeah.
Zoaz is kind of he's kind of bleeding a little bit.
This wanderer's like runs towards these civilians as they run past it, and they get a whiff of the humans. They're like, ah, delicious. And then they fall over, die. Which brings us to Twig.
Alright.
What would you like to do?
Twig is gonna run up behind this wanderer that just took a giant bite out of Zoaz and take a swing with the scimitar.
Do it.
Oh,
Swung
Hey,
so
natural
hard.
20!
Nice.
Oh, boy.
Hi, Valerie.
oh boy, oh boy, oh
Welcome
boy.
back, Valerie.
I don't know why, but part of me is somehow suspecting Twig to also say he's gonna take a bite out of bite out of crap.
Delicious.
That kills the wanderer.
Okay, but nice.
This kills the
You
water.
make sure.
It just barely kills him.
Alright.
This kills.
You get him good. Like, you come around and just like from the side and just like stick it under his ribcage. Kind of like slumps down. Is Spirit
And
Guardian's
then-
concentration?
Yes.
Is Spirit Guardian's concentration?
Yes,
Did you make a concentration save?
I did.
Yes.
I know
you did.
Okay,
19.
okay, cool. Oh wait,
Well, that was your constitution for the life drain, wasn't it?
I need one more Constitution save.
Oh, yeah, I was doing that for the excuse me, for the heckin'...
For the concentration.
Yes,
Okay,
I'll do this one for the life drain, sorry. Oh, hey,
It's the
doesn't
same
matter.
number.
Same number.
All right, go ahead. Sorry,
Are these-
sorry for the interruption, Twig. Go ahead.
Are these dice weighted?
no.
Twig's gonna take
Yeah, they
a follow-up slash at the quote-unquote adventurer.
Go for it. Yeah, the adventurer. You find a chink in his armor and you insert your dagger right in there.
Take that.
Get on, nerd!
Alright, this one here. Anything else?
Just one more thing.
Yes?
After slicing and dicing, Twig's gonna turn to the group of wanderers to the north, spread his arms wide, and you hear Denodo Steel's voice emerge from his beak. He says, "You look thirsty there, chap. You want some?" As he motions to the ogre.
That's so good.
Alright. I'll keep that in
Touche.
mind. Let's see
no.
here. This one runs forward. Let's see here. Takes 2d4 from the spike growth. This one runs forward. Boop, 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 boop. Delicious humans.
Wisdom
1,
save,
2,
spike growth.
3.
Thank you. Area of effect spells.
We do have some AoEs going on.
Uh-huh.
I will say.
At least you guys do.
Alright.
Oh, let's go!
Dang, destroyed. Well done.
Get owned!
Alright, so this one runs up, starts trying to like run through, drive by, just like grab all the buffet, like all the human you can eat buffet, and then just falls forward dead. Which brings us to Mitch.
Mitch peers to the
believe in
west, peers to the east, continues preening.
Excellent.
Chirps a little.
Mitch is not chirping.
Okay, very
Nothing.
serious.
An owl.
Very serious.
Various owl
owl.
noises.
Go for it, Zoaz.
Zoaz staggers, stays up, reaffirms the spell in his mind, and because it's not a concentration spell, is going to cast Spiritual Weapon. It is going to be... Where's the range? 60 feet. It's going to be in the throng of civilians, like here, on the other side of the ogre.
One of the
Oh
civilians.
wait,
is
she
holding it.
moved it.
She
I'm about to say Xalia moved it to closer to you,
Yeah,
right?
she did. That is where it moved to, where you
says
see
here.
the... Yeah, so that, and it's going to take a swing at the ogre. That is
Oh.
not a great roll.
A natural 1 does not hit the ogre.
That's really unfortunate.
It's kind of like
That is...
kind of like spanks him on the butt.
Uh-huh. So that's a bonus action. I can take an action that is a cantrip.
A cantrip, or of course a regular attack, but anything. you want.
Yes.
The only thing you can't do is
So
cast
I was
levels.
going to take his action to Sacred Flame the ogre as best he can.
Cool. 14.
That saves because it's 14, DC 14.
Okay.
So that takes it takes no damage.
Alrighty.
Lame.
Anything else?
That'll be the end of Zoaz's turn.
Okay. You can see the town guards cut down more zombones, which brings us to Chuman and Pastiche. What would you two like to do?
What would we like to do?
You can see the lizard person steeling themselves for another cut with their steel.
Chuman definitely doesn't like the giant ogre zombie heading its way. He is going. Wait, I can't do it that way.
He's gonna run up here. Just take 2 swipes at the Ambling Adventure. Just spinning, whirling like a spinning, whirling lizard man. Dang, kind of
Crazy.
Chuman's gonna move his way over, and as he's doing it, say quickly, spread out.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Okay.
And then fires off 2 quick ones at the ogre.
Okay. The 18 hits, as you knock an arrow and let it fly into the big ogre, the lizard man of the Talon Guard. Oh no, an 8.
What?
Alright, that attack roll does not hit it. But go ahead and roll damage for your first one. Nice.
What is? What are these spins?
Okay. You can see this spinning lizard man cut down this ambling adventurer. He slumps down. He just kind of like gives him a kick, and then kind of like spins his shield again, and he's looking at the ogre. He yells out, "The bigger they fall!" Wait.
Close enough.
Less equipping, more fighting, please.
Pastiche, what would you like to do?
We're gonna move up the ramp and start swinging our brush around.
Okay.
Careful, he is moving closer to you after you got
Spray some
smacked.
ink over that ogre.
Alright. Let's see how dexterous the ogre zombie is.
He was pretty dexterous when I tried. Oh,
7.
okay. Yeah, alright.
Owie!
I mean, I think
Nice.
he has a little bit of beef with you.
You can see the acid as you fling it from your brush. Pastiche. It kind of like coats the ogre, and then just like immediately sinks into his flesh, and just starts like eating and biting, eating and like dissolving its flesh. It seemed to be a little bit more effective than you examined, or than you initially thought it would be.
Oh. Okay.
Big ogre noises.
Whoa.
Anything else?
That's it for me.
Okay, which brings us to actually Makayla and Xalia. You two get to team up.
Cool.
Is it just the ogre that's left?
There's like a couple more. I don't. You probably can't see it, but there is one.
Yeah, it
Alright.
is.
What?
It's the ogre and one dude.
Alright. Well, Xalia would probably try just to see how well she can fuck with this thing, and like she would try to turn the crowd into something that'd be potentially repellent to it. But also, I don't know how much of a mind it has, so
Turning the crowd into something that what?
that to fuck with it.
Okay.
Like make them all light on fire, or just start like. Well, I mean, you can't creep out a zombie. As a thing,
Yeah.
but it just explode into blasts of holy light might be part of it. Might be something that actually works.
Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna do that. The people are just gonna start exploding into like gas blasts of holy light. They leave like Pikmin ghosts that wail.
No.
It's like a Pikmin ghost, except it screams and it's loud screaming instead of.
All right. I'm with it. Okay.
See if that does anything to the ogre.
We'll find out on the next episode of Khorzaire.
Kayla, what do you want to do?
Sure. So this guy, he is dead, right? Like I can't like apply any healing. It's not unconscious. It's just dead. Just like
Let's find out. You don't know.
all right. Well, here we go. Makayla will say, protect those that I cannot, and the healing spirit vulture will sort of do a flyby over each one of these three, and heal each one. That's, I think, 1d6. So.
Let's see.
So in order, it's bottom to south to north is the order of who got healed. So 5, 2, and 3.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
It's very nice. It's a very nice healing vulture. And
Yeah.
Luke, where is he? There we go.
And
I think
Yeah, he's dead as F.
I think the spike growth and the ancestral spirits are going to be doing some legwork on protecting me from this ogre.
We'll see. What would you like to do, Makayla?
Mechanically, I'll ask a question about that later. I guess. How big is this ogre?
It is 10 feet tall. Sorry, 8 feet tall. Between 8 and 10 feet tall.
So, you're saying, if it stands here, or in these 4 squares,
Yeah.
would I be able to reach it from where I am, on top of this roof?
Probably.
All right, yeah. Then I'll.
Or you could jump off.
Yeah, jump off.
No.
You won't.
Come to jump on his back! Beat him up!
Okay.
You won't.
Just blast up. You got it.
Lay into him!
I mean, that's only a 10 feet jump.
Yeah, you hear the whispers of your spectral vultures just kind of like circling around you, heckling you on.
Do a flip.
See, no, I'm gonna ready an attack.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll just ready an attack. I'll move here and ready attack.
this
To
one.
be fair, that's technically not 10. If he's 8, so then it's just 2 feet jump.
Well, it's a 10 feet from here, but yeah.
Alright. This ogre zombie, the light from the explosions, it kind of like stumbles back a bit. And then the first thing it sees is more people and runs towards them, but they keep exploding, so it's like where he just finally turns around from one of the explosions as if he's just like getting exploded on, but not really. It's just the light is bright, and it seems to not like it. And then beats the crap out of this dude.
Oh no!
See ya, buddy.
That's rough, buddy. Oh, phew, it wasn't a 20.
See ya, buddy.
Oh,
You sure that wasn't a 20?
what the fuck? Well, at least it's closer to my healing spirit.
And then,
Yeah.
and then whirls around
Yeah, it was out of range.
and is going to just kind of like rush forward, waving its club through the image of people, and hit nothing, but eventually comes to rest on. Is going to weather a blow against Twig, who previously taunted it. But first, I need to see how much damage it takes from spike growth.
I was gonna say, he took one step
Please
to
die, please
one,
die.
right? And he did like
Also,
3,
5?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Roll 16d4.
quick.
Did it enter this space? Well,
it
let's see if it
did.
Roll
survives.
16d4, please. Chuman.
Oh my god!
Alright, that's enough.
Oh,
Chuman, tell me how this ogre zombie kills itself by jumping on your spike growth. It had 37 HP.
after sending one of the defenders flying almost through another pillar, he turns over to see Twig and just starts running in a mad frenzied manner. But little does he know that as he keeps moving closer to Twig, more of his legs keep getting cut slowly, bit by bit, until there's nothing left, just a waist up, and he just falls over before swinging at Twig.
Okay. Twig, make a dexterity saving throw. As this lumbering ogre, its legs dashed to pieces by by the spike growth, threatens to like fall over on top of you, Twig, but you jump back deftly out of the way at the last moment. Sort of like rolling over, you're on your rear, but you get back up and you see that the ogre zombie is vanquished and there is but one left.
Twig is like shaking slightly and sweating, but he turns back to Chuman and says, I knew you had it.
Chuman gives a hired thumbs up.
Would I be able to see this guy over the ogre's body?
Yes.
Okay. Twig is gonna take out his short bow. Take aim, and then fire off a shot.
Do it. Yeah, 23 hits. 7. Ow!
Pretty good.
Alright. We'll say, we'll go ahead and call combat. There's many of you in one of this idiot, so Twig, Twig, bring us home. You
Twig,
vanquish this creature.
Twig clambers on top of the dead ogre body, using it as a vantage. He puts an arrow right between the eyes of the wanderer.
Excellent. And with the melee done, we get mood whiplash with the music. as the calm serenity enters your heads once more, and there are no more attacks being flung out. All of the cacophony and din of this destruction up ahead. The lizardman to your left kind of like flips the Kopesh around, holding it in reverse grip, and puts the shield behind him, and then kind of like inserts it into some sort of clasping mechanism in his shield. He too is out of breath, much like the rest of you.
Heal for 3 damage. Zoaz.
Say it one more time.
You heal for 3 damage. That's 3 health, sorry.
Thank you.
And
Zoaz will thank the angelic spirits that Salome sent him and dispel the miracle, as well as his spectral weapon.
The spirits kind of circle around you, just leaving lingering touches across your shoulders as they rise up towards the heavens and dissipate. And the lizardman to your left looks at you. Well done. That's what I come to expect of a shepherd.
I appreciate the compliment, but unfortunately there were many we could not save. My apologies.
Well, he's like moving towards you. He's like jumping up on top of the ogre corpse, and then just gingerly jumping down. He just clasps he holds out his clawed hand for a handshake. He's got this grin on his face.
Zoaz shakes his hand.
And he gives you like this huge like beast man handshake, just clasping on your wrist, and just it's a very firm grip, and he gives you a vigorous handshake. Nods. Well, yeah. They were not prepared. But you and he's pointing at you and he's pointing at himself, and all of you, your companions. Well done. My name is Zoaz. Here. Come inside. Come to Aurora. Get out of this drafty hallway.
Makayla from the rooftop kind of yells out to north to help the villagers, or the veterans, or whoever these people were.
The guards.
Yeah, the guards.
Riders.
Yells out to them. Is everybody alright?
Under his breath, Zoaz will say, I don't think everybody is alright.
And she'll start like climbing down.
Yeah.
But
I
guess
you climb down, you can.
she'll sort of walk. Is this like a pathway?
Yeah, you can kind of like get yourself down from the building.
All right. I physically can't because there's a wall.
Okay,
But
there you go.
thank you.
Yep. As you go in, you can see like one of the town guard kind of like hiding behind a rock wall. Just it looks like he was preparing for a strike before Twig shot this wanderer dead, re-dead, and gives you a nod. Hi, ma'am. All good here.
Greetings.
I think
She kind of motions towards the rest of the party. You should join up with the others. I'll check up, see how everyone else of you fared.
I think Chung took the worst of it. And Zoaz brings the group inside. He's patting Zoaz on the shoulder, on the left shoulder, just kind of like repeatedly, just laughing from the victory. And you all head into the town guard. Zoaz, he looks around at the downed guard. Brings one of them to their feet. Come on, Haz. And looks over at the one not moving, battered, bloodied bits of rock still on him from the rubble and the crushed pillar. His gaze doesn't linger long, and then he moves over to the one that's currently unconscious, but clearly breathing. He kind of like nudges his clawed foot into a sign. Come on, up. No rest. We have much to do. And he bends down, kind of like taps him on the cheek. Come on, my brother, up. And he pulls him up. And then he takes a couple steps forward after this town guard gets up. And he takes a couple of steps forward and just kind of like energetic steps ahead of the group. And he spins around, opens his arms wide. Allow me to officially welcome you. Sorry about that about that business, that dirty business ahead. But well, thank you very much for cleaning it up. Welcome to Aurora. This is our town. Please come in. And then he looks like he's he does a gesture as if he's opening a door and just turning an unseen doorknob and moving the door out of the way, and he leads you in.
Zoaz will follow.
As will Pastiche.
You've been following shortly behind.
And Makayla like checks in with all the other Doomstriders and make sure they're okay, but we'll follow. Yeah.
Twig spends a moment longer looking at the dead Doomstrider, but eventually follows as well.
Okay. And before long, Korakon blop 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 comes up with
We forgot.
with his raptor.
Oh yeah.
All right. So inside the town of Aurora, as Zoaz is leading you in, is a sandy and tan-colored town. There's quilts of cloth that hang from flat roofs of short buildings. There's tarps that stretch out to form awnings with crates, and there's many merchant tents creating a splash of color that contrasts with the rest of the town. The citizens of Aurora are all obviously wearing robes that flare at the waist that set them apart from the merchant, and then so as you easily tell this because this is not the first time you've been here. There's a certain tension in the air given this afternoon's activities. You can see the lizardman Doza just kind of like trotting ahead. He's bringing the town guard with him, and he's tending to his herds. He's making sure that the other people are able-bodied, just kind of like moving them around with his hands, and then gives them a tap on the shoulder. All right, you're fine. Go ahead, take your rest. And he looks around at the townsfolk, just gives a quick gaze, and gives a sort of half bow to you all, and walks up. And you are now in the town of Aurora. What would you like to do?
First, Zoaz is going to look for a place to stable the raptors.
Okay. You holding the raptor reins, kind of like looking around.
In the middle of town with raptors.
In the middle of town, this dusty, kind of like battle-hardened lizard man just looks at you, cracks a smile, laughs. Please, come. And then the town guard come and kind of give you a salute, and then they direct your raptors over to a stable and make sure that they're taken care of.
Zoaz will thank them.
We can take it from here.
And will sort of finally dust himself off and let himself breathe, relax after the fight. So, do you happen to know why such a large host of wanderers was at your doorstep?
Certainly was a host, eh? Don't know why, but I can make a guess. Yeah, they must have been wandering here. No, I do not know. I wish I know, but the attacks. That's plural, mind you. That is the first one today, but the third one this week.
And all of them are in such numbers?
No, this was the biggest one. Mostly it was just a few. I don't dare call it a skirmish, as if they could mount something on purpose. But the first few skirmishes were just, 2, 4. This one was much large. If I were to give them too much credit, I would say they were testing our defenses, but that's preposterous. They must have just found a bunch of bodies this time.
Zoaz nervously smiles.
Makayla looks unnerved by that. Art. Yeah. Looks a little unnerved, yeah.
It's a good thing that you came along, though. It's a good thing that we came along here as well. Aurora is not normally defended as well. They do not normally have the might of the Zenith Knights. And he kind of like raises his hands. That's us, by the way. You should know, Moonlight Shepherd. We are your counterpart. We are here also by chance. What brings you here?
I am escorting some cargo with my good friend Korokon here, and Zoaz will motion to Korokon, and then we'll say, as well as guiding some compatriots to meet up with a friend.
Oh, another merchant. Excellent. You'll make yourself home here. He kind of like pats Korokon on the back. He just kind of points him around towards the merchant tents. They're over there. You'll love them. You'll fit in right now. Right where? Korokon like looks around, clacks his mandibles. Don't mind if I do. You can see him like fishing out his deck of cards. And Dole's kind of like he looks up. He kind of like looks you up and down, Zoaz, smiles, and just flits like around you, and then stands next to Pastiche. He seems to always be changing his position as he's talking to all of you. So he's just standing next to Pastiche, but not looking at them. He's just still looking towards Zoaz. So he's just standing next to you. He says, "Well, we definitely glad. It's nice to." Where am I going? I'm neither coming nor going. Perhaps I also need a rest. Whew. Don't mind if I do. And he sits down.
Zoaz says, "Yes, indeed, I am very glad that we were here to help. It is a stroke of luck that no more were lost in the battle than there already were."
Yes, it would not be. It would definitely be ill luck if any more would have fallen. Poor Chang. His fate is his own, though. That's, that's the thing. We I was surprised to find Aurora without any Doomstriders here. That's out of the ordinary. Sure, that I asked the people, they say it's always been like this. I don't understand, but you being Shepherd, do you know why Aurora is so undefended?
Oh god. Maybe it's been a while since Zoaz last stopped by in Aurora. Zoaz, you hear a sharp intake of breath, just a... it has been a while, my friend. I apologize.
Zoaz, your natural one may be because you are distracted by the term Zenith Knights. That means something pretty specific to you. This is a contingent of people that, as Dole's mentioned, worship a monitor. And
would they happen to be related to someone I know?
That is absolutely why he rolled a natural one. Yes, they are under her direct command.
Zoaz has a nervous smile and says, "Yes, I do not. It has been a while." And is kind of... Zoaz is fidgeting a little bit.
That's right, he's next to him.
What? I'm assuming Zenith Knight is like sun counterpart to moon.
Yeah, a monitor is the god of the sun.
Got it. I'd say that history check for me was what Makayla is like aware of regarding the Zenith Knights.
Yeah, you would know that they're a band, and they're similar to Moonlight Shepherds, but it's a moon versus sun kind of thing. They worship a monitor, and they are they have their own way of doing things, as you've observed. Perhaps.
Sure. I feel like this is like one of like the more major trading sort of cities, towns, or whatever in the region, right?
This is it's not a
Or is
major
it more,
trading post.
not
it's,
major, but like a sort of a stopping point between places, right?
It is certainly a important trade center in terms of it as a resting stop for many merchants.
Yeah. Sorry, that was out of character. But that's fine.
I figured it could be fun to respond.
Yeah.
In character.
I asked because I feel like it would make sense like Makayla would at some point in her life have been here. Would they have always been so unguarded? Or, like, would she sort of? I could make another history check to sort of remember, like, maybe like she hasn't been here for a while, but like.
Yeah, make a history check.
Is it more of like a recent thing, or is it like that's just kind of how this area has always been?
Okay. Makayla, it's a little bit more difficult for you because you travel from place to place.
Yeah.
So like the specificity
blurs
of
together.
any one town, it all blurs together. You're not quite sure either.
Okay. Fair enough. Well. How old would the city be? Like, you don't have to give me like an actual number, but like a general idea of like how long has this been here? Kind of vibe, right?
Makayla would not know, but maybe somebody would if you asked them.
All right.
Before that, Zoaz will sort of clear his throat and say, Doza, what brings you and the Zenith Knights here?
Oh, of course. He, previously sitting down just on his rampede, kind of rolls back and then leaps to his feet and just dusts his bottom off, looks around, gives Pastiche a little grin, and it's kind of like he's hunching forward a bit and looks at Zoaz. Well, we're here on duty. It's there's a task that needs to be done, and make a persuasion check. Zoaz.
There it is.
Not bad.
Hey, not
okay. He looks around. Is this? It is something of official duty. These people, rapscallions. And he looks around at Twig. Suddenly.
Twig looks behind him. There's someone there.
Oh, I assure you, they are very trustworthy.
All right.
Pastiche kind of side-eyes him upon hearing that.
Twig just gives a little shrug.
All right.
Xalia gives him a grin that splits into two halfway down her face.
Give me a break.
Regardless of their attempts to say otherwise.
Kind of grins. He kind of grins.
By which I mean she has her mouth splits into two, not just like.
Oh, of course.
Uh-huh. She's literally making a Y face.
Points at Xalia. Trustworthy. Does this one do this all the time?
Zoaz nervously chuckles and says, yes, you get used to it.
Suddenly, like, Xalia, he glides up to you and just kind of like he moves his body down and like he's looking up at you, just kind of like contorting his body in such a way, and is like,
We will move a couple of her eyes, because she's mostly default at the moment, to look at it, like, to the bottom of her chin, to look right back at him.
I know you. You cannot scare me. And then he's going to whirl around and raise his hands like to the sky, just in kind of like making sort of a Y with his body. And just holding his, like looking away from everybody. I trust you all. I show my back to you. If I were to be stricken down, let it be now. But, and then he snaps his fingers and turns back to Zoaz, and I will tell you, well, you see, I won't call her that. We had a funny nickname for her, but, you see, we got to official duty. We've gotten word that there's something peculiar going on at the Firefinger. it's not responding to any signals recently for the past weeks. The leader of our order, sorry, she gave us direct order to come find out what is wrong. How can people find their own way if they have nothing to look forward to, you know? They have nothing to guide them. So,
Zoaz slowly nods.
so we came here to see, and then the true details are we asked around, you know, gathering information as we come along. The word on the street is there was a great beast that eats magic that has usurped the finger. We thought that a bit daft. How can beast eat magic? Magic is powerful. You can't eat it. It's this thing that goes around all of you. I see it now. We tried a frontal assault, but suddenly lost most of our contingent in a sandstorm. Definitely ill-prepared for that, but we beelined to Aurora for recuperation, and so that we may nurse our hearts and take care of ourselves, so that we may try again. But then, look at all these wanderers around here. There's so many bodies out front. It's stinking up the place. I want to go, but perhaps I do not fully subscribe to Rasari's line of thought. I can't bear to see these people being eaten alive.
Zoaz clears his throat and says, "She ordered you away."
She ordered us. She ordered us to the Firefinger. We came here. Our true destination is to Firefinger, but she has this annoying bug in my ear. Every day I get a paper bird saying, "Go to Firefinger, you buffoon." She also calls me a different thing every day. Some of them, some of them not so nice. But I wonder where she learned this word. But yes, the answer to your question is yes, Zoaz, of course. Wait, did you introduce you? How did I know that? Who are you people? He actually says that, by the way. That's not a cover-up.
Okay.
Zoaz narrows his eyes and says, "That damned woman,
Xalia will wave individual fingers at him.
Yes, you had my name correct. It is Zoaz. You may already know the last name, Ituusk. These are my compatriots."
And like this kind of dusty scale lizard man, he blinks, and you can see that like his pupils are overall just kind of milky, but he appears to not have any difficulty like seeing or anything, so it doesn't like look like he's impeded, but like he blinks, then he kind of looks around, and it's like he resets, and then he goes, Zoaz, yes, Ituusk, I know that name. That's Asari's last name. I am Doza.
Yes, you already introduced yourself.
My mistake. But
Makayla kind of shoot.
You share Asari's last name. Does that mean something? He kind of leans
Zoaz
forward.
groans and says, "Yes, my sister."
Kind of like nudges you and like gives you a hip bump.
Zoaz grunts and does not. His face has locked into a very grumpy countenance, and he shakes his head.
Well, forgive me, Grumpy Gums. I do not mean to withhold information from you. That's why you look so sour. She's doing well. Doing well.
Indeed.
Makayla kind of shoots you like a glance, so as like that like comes across as like what.
Zoaz
Like,
waves
what's your
his hand.
take? Like, what's your vibe? Like, what you know? How should we?
Waves his hand to dismiss it for the moment, and sort of stands up and says, "Well, suppose you would know of a place to rest I believe that battle took it out of all of us.
Yeah, he's continuing to ramble on. She's doing well. She's on the up and up. She's got a big thing going on. We are here too. And then kind of like snaps to attention when you ask him the question. Ah, yes, rest. You may take your pick. You have the run of the lot. Anywhere you find is please. Oh, you mean a bed? Yes. The inn right here. There are many beds over here. And he just kind of like surges in motion and takes you to a. It's definitely not an inn, but it's got beds in it.
Zoaz is going to thank him, step to the counter, and request a room abruptly, gruffly.
The person on the counter like goes to open their mouths, and then Doza kind of like moves forward, like wedges himself in, just in a quick motion between you and the innkeeper question mark. It says, no, they're visiting their friends. They're Moonlight Shepherd. You can't charge a shepherd. Don't do it. And then the innkeeper says, flatly, 5 gold per, please. And
Zoaz is
Doza
going
just
to
kind of like looks at you and shrugs. I try.
It is fine. I would not withhold the gold even if they asked. Even if they agreed. And Zoaz is going to hand over 5 gold. And motion to Makayla to follow. And pointedly not motion to Doza. like Doza is between Zoaz and Makayla, and he sidesteps, walks forward, and points and like moves his head to Makayla.
Okay.
Makayla.
Let's happen. He's doing something. We'll find out.
Makayla is somewhat what's the word? Chuffed at this display. And kind of nods and follows. Puts the gold.
Go ahead.
Continues.
Oh.
Yeah.
And this will be a private conversation, so I'll do it in DMs if that's alright.
Wait, with...
Okay.
With Makayla.
Oh, shit, okay.
Is that alright?
I guess
if not, that's fine.
I guess I don't care, yeah.
Is that alright with humans?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And then, if anyone else, feel free to do stuff, obviously, because I don't want to eat up all the sessions time.
Yeah, okay. So, Zoaz and Makayla F off somewhere. And Doza is traipsing about, really. He's just maneuvering around everyone, and he's just recounting the tale of the first assault on the Firefinger. You see, we were going there we were. Their Firefingers stretching into the sky. All 777 feet of it. And then suddenly, sandstorm, couldn't see anything. And then before you know, all of us were laid out. Terrible. Should have seen it coming.
Xalia will be attempting to minor illusion a continuous projection of what he's saying. Provide him, give him some visuals,
Yes, just like that. You're so good at this. Excellent.
Playing with it and making horrific things happen to the various characters.
Oh no! No! It... no, how's this? You've successfully distracted Doza, and he's now like watching this like theater. It's like, oh no! Palcho's next.
Will take...
No, I feel for him.
Xalia will take you on like a big dramatic trip. Yeah.
No, look behind you. There he goes.
It's like one of those 3-hour epics. By the end of it, he's not even the same person. He's part monster.
so you see the sandstorm. It's just kept whirling and whirling. We swear we heard words taunting us throughout the entire time, but it didn't make sense, you know. And then, yes, here is where Hasta. Yep, there he goes. He's dead. What brings you here? And he just snaps up to Chuman.
Chuman stepped away.
And then seeing that Chuman is not responding, he's like, all right, who's next?
Trouble brings us here, I suppose. This is merely a pit stop.
Trouble.
Thalius.
Go ahead.
Thalia was gonna snap her fingers and create an image of the very bright dragonborn she saw at the auction. And then kind of just tap her brooch and then go back to her little horror show.
Okay. So you're creating an image of the brass dragonborn?
Uh-huh.
Okay. He kind of like, you can see Doza's like eyebrow twitch, and he just has this kind of like blank, like jaw is slightly lower than his upper lip, just slightly of a mouth. You can maybe hear a hard drive disk skipping.
Dial-up noises.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't understand. Who? Oh no, get out of there! The sandstorm is brewing.
It's like barely tangentially related to what he was talking about at this point, by the way.
Yeah. He's not completely enthralled. It's like, oh no. Oh no, is this the part where the magic-eating beast comes and ruins us all? No, I cannot believe it. Then he closes his eyes and there's like a moment. Then he opens one eye and watches. Pastiche, what's your passive history?
Probably not very high. Oh, no, wait, it is very high.
Oh, okay.
16.
Okay. Is anybody, aside from Xalia, is anybody, what would you three like to do? Or is Doza too much of a spectacle?
Twig is enraptured by the illusion.
I think Pastiche is going to start wandering, but mention on the way by to Doza. The name is Pastiche, by the way.
Pastiche, yes. Hello. He kind of holds out his hand to shake yours.
Pastiche shakes.
Okay. He gives you a firm clasp around the wrist, just and vigorously shakes. Doza. He gives you an eyebrow raise. Captain of the Zenith Knights, that's me.
Yes, I heard.
And he rushes over.
Pastiche continues walking.
Yeah, he rushes over to Twig. You were there, very fierce in battle. Just like me. And he unsheaths his Kopesh in like this swirling motion, and then he like stands at the ready in a battle stance with you, Twig.
Twig like flinches and dodges out of the way of the attack that isn't there, but then like realizes.
Doza points at you like a waggling finger and like just says to the rest of the room, "This one is always ready."
Better safe than sorry.
He sheaths his Kopesh. There's like a shimmer of the blue and the gold. Dusts his claws. All right. Well, that's enough joking. I do need to see to my the rest of my companions, the rest of my fighters, and we'll decide what to do. gives you a nod, swallows. You can see he kind of like swallows hard. Yes. And then he sniffs, he exits. Pastiche, your passive history is really high. Beast that eats magic means something to you, actually.
Okay.
It jars in your memory. It took a little bit, because of that's a memory that you want to not remember.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
But somehow it kind of like worms its way around your brain, and then worms its way into your mind's eye. And then suddenly, while you're walking away, you freeze for a split second before resuming your control of yourself. And you recall. Is this something you want to keep secret, or can I just say it?
You can say it.
Okay. I mean, they don't know.
Yeah, even if you say it,
Yeah.
our characters don't know.
You recall.
Just
you
just
recall
before you
in
start,
your
what you remember anything about it?
beast that eats magic?
Yeah.
Roll a history check.
Line of history coming up.
Okay. There's something that does kind of like nip and like peck at your thoughts when Deloza says this in his conversation as he's just kind of like flitting around the innkeep room. But so like there's this nag, but no, that doesn't, like you're not able to place it or like to form the complete thought.
Okay.
Pastiche, however, you gotta see Pastiche. They freeze for a moment before continuing on. Pastiche, flashing in your mind, is the time when you were doing mercenary duty, and your task was to defeat a mighty beast that eats magic, and the rumination of that rumination comes over your mind, and you realize that that doesn't quite make sense, but it does at the same time. It's probably simply some kind of like migration or whatever. But the Firefinger's only a couple of blocks away.
Huh. I think Pastiche is gonna stop in the middle of the street for a moment, put a hand up to their left eye, just kind of stare at it for a bit, and then carry on.
Okay. Anybody? What would anyone else like to do?
Aylia's gonna go shopping to do some to get a crystal for some experimental ideas she has.
Okay. There are many merchants in here. You can see the town guard just kind of patrolling around as you're walking around. You can see Korrikan slam just like a hand of cards on a table and just uproarious laughter, much to the lamentation of his opponent. And you can see like a couple merchants just messing around, just sifting through crates, fussing with their raptor. You can find this thing if you want it.
she'll poke around, find an appropriate gem, and just kind of point at it, pass over the appropriate amount of gold, and then go back to her room to experiment.
It's actually a strange merchant. They seem to be just decked out with this sort of gem. Some are filled with tears. Some are filled with like Bavarian cream. Some are filled with other gems. It's a strange merchant, but you complete the transaction as you like.
Sorry?
Oh, I'm
You
saying
complete the transaction.
it's a strange merchant, but you complete your transaction in.
Okay. We have made a friend.
Nice.
Right,
He also gives you
basically-
he also gives you his business card.
What's his name?
Octavius Zeladrondo.
Whoa. That is a name.
Okay, hold on.
His title is Merchant for Hire.
What? Wait.
If you buy from him, you're hiring him to sell you something.
True? Merchant for
When you
I'm
think
gonna
about
look at him with the magnifying glass and all of his little crystals.
Nothing really happens. the horns on the magnifying glass remain horns.
Okay. That's still an excuse to put him in my permanent log.
Alright, new NPC that Accel has to work into the story?
Octavius.
I have already forgotten the last name.
Zeladrondo.
Zeladrondo.
Yeah.
Let me put this in my notes real quick.
Uh-huh.
There you go. Oh, I just had Pastiche
That's
selected.
me.
My bad. All right. Anything else from anybody?
Twig will do a little bit of shopping as well.
Okay.
And I believe at this point, Makayla would probably return
Yeah.
to the main room of the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
Zoaz is staying in his room and resting.
Chuman is resting. And he is visibly tired from using spike growth.
From watching all those zombies kill themselves.
Yeah.
Exhausting work.
Chuman, it puts a certain
Yeah.
strain on you. Definitely. Twig, what kind of person are we looking for? What kind of things are we looking for? As you stroll around, you can see all manner of things. Not necessarily that these merchants have their wares on display, but you can see like crates, barrels, raptors with saddlebags, people with saddlebags. Like you can see just like some like this really like kind of rotund person with this massive backpack over them.
Oh.
You can see, you know, there's all manner of people: orcs, dwarves, more lizard folk, humans, astonishingly.
To everybody's surprise, humans.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What? Ew.
What's the human guy selling?
Bread.
Whoa.
I'll buy some bread.
All right.
Delicious.
It is actually freshly baked bread. It still has like the steam coming off of it
Oh,
as he brings it out of this obvious like outdoor oven.
you're giving me cravings.
And it's like a cross bun. You can see them like as you walk up, Twig. You can see this person just kind of like cutting out. Like they've got the bun. Like they just take it out with their oven mitts and they put it on this wooden platter, right? And then they've got the butter next to them because they're about to butter it. Because that's what you do with bread, obviously. And so they take a large kind of like machete and they cut off like maybe a tablespoon of butter. And then they set the tablespoon aside, and then they put the rest of the butter on the bun.
Oh,
Twig is just staring at this process, and he looks up at the merchant and just says, How much?
The merchant smiles. Ah. What? Two copper for the bread and the butter. It'll be your bread and butter. 2 copper. It's 2 things. It's 1 copper for each.
Twig thinks for a moment, nodding. That makes sense. I can see. And he'll buy some bread and butter.
Okay. You can put in your inventory bread
buy
and
what?
butter, or buttered bread, whichever you choose. It is a hot cross bun.
God.
Let's go.
It returns.
Let me know
He
when
counts
you-
the copper. 1, 2.
We
Let me
did
know-
it, gamers.
let me know
We've
when you
got
eat
the
it.
bread.
And then let me know when you eat it.
Alright, I'm gonna need it right now.
Okay, you get 1 temporary HP.
Let's go.
But also, it is this bread. Oh my goodness, this bread is divine. It's warm, fluffy, cushy. Like you rip off a part, and then it's like it's soft in your hand, but it's still kind of like, sorry, the inside is soft, and then the outside is hard, like a cross bun is, and then you just take out just a fluff of bread. And then put the warm, buttery goodness in your mouth, and you kind of like clack your beak a bit. It's so delicious. You gain 1 temporary HP.
It's perfect.
Food in real life gave me temporary HP.
Uh-huh. For real.
Yeah, it's called second wind.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
And as you put this bread in your mouth, darkness descends over the town of Aurora. There's, and for those that haven't been here, it becomes apparent where it gets its name from. The fire finger, the smoke coming off of it. There's a specific kind of like spurt of flame that mingles with the air in a certain manner. It's never been explained, but what it does is it kind of shimmers in with the stars, and it makes them twinkle, shine, sparkle just a little bit more. Everyone looks up and they see is like they stop what they're doing, everyone outside, and look up at the very tiny specks of red, tiny specks of blue, tiny specks of yellow, and the indiscernible starlit spangled white blips in the inky night sky, just shimmering, sparkle, just. That's where we'll end tonight's session.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice.